everyone, it's Hannah here from Virtually Fluent. Welcome to today's video, which is another grammar video, and this one is on time sequences. We will discuss what time sequences are, how we can use time sequences in English sentences. We'll look at a couple of examples, and hopefully you will be well on your way to using time sequences correctly in English. So time sequences are little words that we can insert to longer paragraphs, either in speaking or in writing, to create a little bit more structure and flow, and also to add time to our paragraphs. Let's take a look at an example here. I've got lots of short sentences. This morning I woke up at 6 a.m. I came downstairs to feed my rabbits. I made myself a cup of tea. I prepared my breakfast smoothie. I got ready for work. I sat down at my computer for my first class. We aren't going to change the content of this sentence, but we don't want it to sound short and choppy with lots of little sentences. We want a nice, smooth flow from one sentence to another. So first, we are going to start with that word first. Now I'm going to add another word to our next sentence, then. If we keep going, we can add next. Further, we have after that. And with our last sentence, I'm going to add finally. So you can see in all of these sentences, I have added the word at the beginning of the sentence, followed by a comma. And hopefully this paragraph now sounds a lot smoother. The sentences are slightly more connected, and we have a really clear timeline about which event happened first, second, third, etc. So these time sequences are really useful for telling stories to people, so they really understand the timeline of the events, but we can also use them in different situations. For example, with recipes, this is really common, providing a very specific list of instructions or helping people with directions. Also describing processes and routines. It makes it really clear what each of the points are in the list of things to do. Now, these time sequences can help us express different things. Firstly, we have some consecutive actions. So one event and then a little bit later, another event. Before is a great example of this. Before we go shopping, can we go to the cinema? When does another great job of consecutive actions. Please call me when you get your results. And if you want to make sure that the person knows it's a really short period of time between the first and second events, you can use as soon as instead. When we talk about these two consecutive events and we want to bring them together into one sentence, you could also place this time sequencer in the middle of the two events, provided that the tenses are there to support your sentence. For example, I had been to the cinema before I went shopping. That use of past perfect had been also helps us understand which event happened first and which one is second. After has exactly the same role. And then we have words like later. This particular example I've put at the end of the sentence because I don't want to add any emphasis to this one. Shall we go to the bookshop later? And later extends the period of time between the first event and the second event. Then we also have words like suddenly, which does the opposite. It's immediately after that second event. Now, it's not always consecutive events. It could be simultaneous events. In this case, we can use the word while to express that two events are happening at the same time. We have a nice list of the most common time sequences that you can use in English, as well as where they can be placed in an English sentence in our time sequences grammar course. I've left the link to that in the description below. But that's all we need to know about time sequences. They're really great for providing nice, smooth storytelling in English, so give them a go the next time you're speaking in English. If you learned something new in today's video, go ahead and give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our Virtually Fluent YouTube channel and turn those notifications on so you know exactly when we post a new video, a grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary video to help you keep boosting your English language skills. That's everything for today. This is Hannah from Virtually Fluent. bringing English to life.